Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 5. Last time I built things, found my neighbors and killed some barbarians, so good times. Let's continue exploring. Somebody has found the pantheon of fertility rites. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay, so now that we have managed to resist masonry, we can start building better improvements. So we can build quarries on marble and stone. And as I said in the last episode, or in the first episode, marble is a luxury resource. Luxury resources give you happiness, and you need happiness in order for you citizens to be happy. And more cities you have and larger cities you have, the more unhappiness you will generate. So as you can see, I generate 3 unhappiness from the number of cities I have, 1, and 5 from the population. So each population unit generates 1 unhappiness. And I need luxury resources in order to counter that. You can also trade luxury resources to other players if you have extras, or if you want to get rid of the only one you have. And, well, I could give my luxury resources for China, for example, to get more gold, or treaties, or whatever. Okay, so we have a barbarian encampment near our borders. Again, nothing that we can really do about that right now. We'll just leave it be, and hopefully it will not destroy everything that I own. And yeah. Yeah, you go there and give me more production. What would I like to research next? Let's see. I could go with writing, which will give me libraries, which increase my science output. So currently I get 9 science each turn, and I think it's again one citizen gives you 1. Yeah, each citizen gives you, or each population unit gives you 1 science per turn, and I get 3 or 4 from the palace that I have. So more science is better because you research new technologies faster. So I will be going with writing. Writing also gives you the chance to build the great library, but that's usually something that you shouldn't do. Not because it's bad, it's actually probably the best early wonder you can build, but especially if you are playing against other humans, everyone wants to build that, and it's sort of a trap, because well, everyone's going to want to build it, so if you don't get it, you will lose quite a lot of time. I don't usually go for the great library. Sometimes, if I have the chance, sure, but I usually prefer to start with the Stonehenge, because that's something that you can get against AI quite often. And this is probably going to be the last ancient ruins that we'll find, because these 2 neighbors are probably explored around here, so I can't find anything there. And this seems like a dead end soonish, so we'll see. And what do we get? Oh. We could discover a great prophet, which would give us, I think it's 100 faith. And now that I think about it, oh my, yes, 60 faith. Well, still, that's pretty good. 12 turns of fate from the Stonehenge, so I'd say that's pretty good. You run away before you get killed. Okay, now that we have managed to build the quarry here, Mosongani has marble, which also gives you 15% more production when building ancient or classical era wonders, so that's really good. However, it's not going to help much with the Stonehenge anymore, because it's already almost finished. We found another city-state, Kathmandu. It gives us gold and faith, because it's a religious city-state. So if I manage to be friendly with these guys, I'll get faith and pearls. And they are hostile, so that means they usually want me to go and bully other city-states or destroy something or burn something to the ground. Could be worse. One trick that you can do with city-states is to declare war on them, like here. I could declare war on the Kathmandu city-state and capture their worker to get a free worker unit for myself. And as long as the city-state is not allied with another player who is in war with you, you can instantly declare peace with them. So I could cheat a little bit and steal their worker, and they won't be able to do anything about it. But I won't do it. I don't really like that way of doing things. I don't know. It's just so cheap to do it, in my opinion. Next thing we want to research is philosophy, probably. No? Sorry about that, my phone was ringing. Hopefully it wasn't anything important, because I do not have the time to answer phone calls now. I need to do things. I need to burn the world. Or maybe just be peaceful with everyone, who knows. Usually when I play Civilization 5 I end up destroying everything. We'll see what I'll end up doing now. There are I think there's 5 different ways to win the game, if you count the time victory. And we did manage to build the Stonehenge, so now we get 5 faith each turn. Which is amazing, because once we get 200, we have a chance to get a great prophet, which allows us to find our religion. But yeah, I think there's 5 ways to win the game. One is to obviously destroy everyone. You can, if you capture every other civilization's capitals, you win. One is a science victory. If we go here and look at the technology tree, in the late game you can research different technologies that allow you to build spaceship parts. So engine is here, booster rockets, you need 3 of those. Sorry. The cockpit is here, and the stasis chamber is here. So once you manage to build all of these parts and assemble them at your capital, you have the spaceship and you win the technology or science victory by basically going away from Earth. There is a game called Civilization Beyond Earth, which is kind of what happens if you win the science victory. There's also a diplomatic victory, which is once the game has progressed far enough, you have the chance to elect a world leader. So if you get enough votes in that election, then you can win the game that way. Then there's also the tourism victory, which is this thing here. If you can see this briefcase, you get tourism for different things, great works of art, great works of writing, great works of music, and certain buildings. And that competes with your opponent's culture. So if you get more tourism than your opponents have culture, then you start to get influence towards them, and once you are influential enough with them, they start admiring your culture. So you can influence them to the point that everyone just thinks you are the or you have the superior culture, so you win that way. And then there's the time victory, which I do not have enabled, hopefully at least enabled. And basically it just means that the game ends after a certain amount of turns, and who has the most points wins. You can see each player's points here. I have the most currently, because I built our wonder, and I have banned him, so that gives me quite a lot of points. So yeah, those are the 5 types, or 5 ways to win. I usually go either to the either for the conquest victory or the science victory, because those two are the easiest way to win the game. The diplomatic victory is also possible, although it's quite annoying because you need to basically get each city-state to be your ally to win that. And that can be quite difficult. The tourism victory, that's it's just terrible. It's so hard to pull off against harder AIs. It's probably fun against other human players, but against AI it's just hell. Don't try it. Or try it if you want to, but it's not going to be fun, in my opinion. So yeah, the barbarian, you probably saw that it destroyed my quarry here, so I had to go and repair it to get back the happiness and the production bonus from it. And I'm going to leave one of my Pathfinder units here to basically protect my capital from these barbarians, because they seem to be constantly trying to burn everything I have. And I'd much rather not. I'd much rather have them not burn everything. There, proper English, hopefully. I don't know. Oh god. So, we managed to build a library now. A library gives you 1 science for every 2 citizens that you have. So, for me that's +3 science. And that's pretty good in the early game. I could build more military units if I wanted to. I'm not going to be building settlers for now, because if you remember, I get a free settler once I get this one. So in another 5 turns I get myself a free settler, so no point of me building that yet. I already have a working unit, military units. I could build military units and then start destroying these barbarians. Or I could build the stoneworks. Actually, yeah, I'm going to build that. Stoneworks gives you production from every quarry, basically. And Kathmandu wants me to clear this encampment. So they gave me a quest. If I destroy this encampment, they will like me. And then they'll start giving me more faith. And I think I'm going to try to do that. I have explored everything I want to explore anyway, so there's no need for me to go and explore if I don't want to. You attack that, and next turn you keep building the quarries. I will quickly tell how combat works. So basically each unit has strength, melee strength or range strength if they are archer units. And you can also see what kind of modifiers they get when fighting against the enemies. So you can see the approx damage inflicted. So if I attacked this barbarian unit, I would probably inflict 27 damage, and they would inflict 26 damage back to me. And since they are barbarians, I think I'm not sure where that bonus comes from. It might be just a general bonus against barbarians. Yeah, I think you just always get plus 20% against barbarian units when fighting against them. And they get plus 25% defense bonus because they are in a forest. You also get the defense bonus when you are on a hill or in jungle. So you just attack the desired enemy unit and they hit each other at the same time, doing damage. You rest and regain health. Units, if they don't do anything during a turn, they get different amounts of HP back. So if you are outside of friendly territory, you heal for 10. If you are inside friendly territory, you heal for 20. And if you are in a city, then you heal for 25, I think. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do with the city-states. You can pledge to protect them, which basically means that if anybody tries to bully them, you are there to help them. So if you pledge to protect them, you also give 5 influence towards them, or the resting point is plus 5 influence towards the city-state. Usually you should do this to every city-state that you find, but it's not a big deal if you don't do it. Okay, I think that's long enough for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.